Here we go again. So, the new FIFA is out and you've been saying for the last couple of months that you would never buy another FIFA again. And as it turns around, it creeps up on you that the new FIFA is now around the corner and is now currently out for the Ultimate Edition. Your friends are potentially playing it and you're now seeing it all over your Twitter and your social media page. So what do? Do you hold firm or do you cave in? Well, I'm in the same boat as you. This year is the first year that I've not actively gone out of my way to get FIFA. Last year, I was gifted it by my management agency. However, this year, I've not even tried that. I wanted to wait and see how people react to the game within the first few weeks, at least into a month of the game, before I even really think about it. Because I want to go through a few things in the video that I've seen by friends of mine, by colleagues of mine, and of course by the community as well, by you as well, and how you think about the game. And this is a video to kind of help people who are in the same boat as me that thinks that it is just the same game again. They're not going to put their money into it. However, you've got that same itch because end of the day, we are all football fans, and that is the exact thing that EA knows that people will cave in by because there's really not that many other options. Football Manager will always be there, however, that is a very different type of game. And then there's pairs of eFootball, and again, a very different type of game. You've got to be a real enthusiast to really get into eFootball. That's just the way I see it. UFL came out a month or two ago, I believe, for some sort of beta or like, you know, pre-launch thing as well, which it looks like some people like the look of it. However, it still needs a bit more work down the line, which they're working on right now. So by the end of this video, I may be able to help you decide if you think it's worth getting the new FIFA or not. And I will still call it FIFA, I'll not call it FC. That's just walk as hell. So comment down below, like, subscribe, and of course, Mazzella designs for mini prints just like these. The Thierry Henry, Messi, football prints. Made by myself, you already know the gist of it. Code Vizeh for 15% off all items. Let's go. So, what is the main reason for you to buy FIFA this year? What is it, okay? Well, if you are an Ultimate Team player, realistically, there's only two reasons why you would really get this game. Other than the fact that it's just a new game and that there's new things and, you know, a new reset and all that kind of stuff. There's two new features that will be a reason for you to actually get it rather than just, you know, not playing it at all. Number one is the main thing, Rush. Now, Rush I was quite skeptical about, mainly because there's been many times in FIFA that when it comes to a kind of community-led sort of game mode, number one, is never really maintained, and any issues that it comes up with never really gets fixed. And after the kind of honeymoon period sets in about a month down the line, without those necessary upgrades or additions or objectives to spice it up, it usually just becomes a bit stale. And that's my main concern with Rush from the start. Now, from what I can see, people are really excited about Rush. When they're playing it, they find that it's absolutely different to what they're used to in FUT, and it is a good blend of mixing in a Pro Club style into Ultimate Team. However, it can be led on some luck on if your teammates aren't absolutely docile and actually pass the ball to you. Sometimes you can have a really good, tight, interesting game, which is actually quite intense, but the only issue is that if your team sucks and the other team are insane, then you're going to have a really, really bad time. The point of Rush from FUT is that you simply select one player from your club to play as, and you're ideally playing with 3 other players in your team. So 4v4, it's 5v5, including the goalkeeper. No one's a goalkeeper. So you and 3 other people who select your own players in your team, usually, you know, an attacking, that good player, and then you just try to play a game of football against 4 other players. And other than just playing it, why would you play it? Of course, there's Rush points, similar to what you get with that, let's say, I forgot what that game mode is even called in FUT, the kind of the tutorial one. So of course there's Rush points, which then can collect packs in your objectives, and you can unlock packs for that. The system of season-like objectives is also changed as well, so like SP, so you can actually get points that can help you out in FUT for your season progress, even by doing things in career mode or other parts of the game as well, which is, I guess, neat that it can kind of incentivize people to play other parts of the game. That's cool. I think that's fine. I mean, just by looking into the amount of objectives and things that you can tick off, like if you are someone that has a lot of free time, like you will literally never run out of things to tick off in this game. Like if you're someone that loves a grind, like you loved like World of Warcraft or something, and like you just absolutely know like FIFA, then this is your dream, because there's literally so much to do with the objectives, and then goes the SBCs, and then goes everything else alongside it. Like, this is why FIFA is so addictive to people, is because there's literally, you can never complete it, because each day there's always something new to add on top of the madness on top of it. So I get why. So if you're someone that really likes to grind things, then this is for you in that regards, and me saying anything will not really change that. And then of course number 2 when it comes to FUT of why would you play FUT is of course this FC IQ system. So it's meant to actually really change how you play the game and how you customize your team tactically. The only issue is it feels like there's some parts of it that isn't fully fleshed out, so you can't really change how your player acts defensively and attacking wise. It's only in one goal. It's also a bit confusing, however I think over time people get much more of a hang of it, or by that I mean copy other pros' tactics on social media, which is usually what people do anyway. My only gripe with FIFA these days is the fact that when I look at the menus, I'm watching the content creators on Twitch, and I've had a look through in the last day or so when it's come out, and I'm just watching it pop up on my Twitter or clips I see online, and I can't help but just feel like it looks like the exact same game. Like, I get it, you know, I'd rather have new game modes and that kind of stuff that's different than just the menus and the aesthetics, but Christ, lads, it literally looks the same game. But I've said it 1,000 times. I'm not going to keep saying it anymore. And if you're someone that's into gameplay, I can't really comment much about it because I'm not playing the game, so I'm sorry, I can't really say much about the gameplay itself. From what I can see, just by looking at the gameplay, by hearing the pros and so on and so forth, it's kind of similar to how it is last year. Like, if you are not a person that's like the new push towards this kind of more heavier realism style of gameplay that we have in the last couple of years, then you're probably going to be in the same boat this year too. However, I guess keep in mind that my main thing is a service and consistency. So the thing is, gameplay can be actually quite enjoyable and fluid. My main issue is it's just not consistent enough, and it frustrates the life out of me that I can't play the game at certain times a day, just because if I do play it in the evening where I am in the world, I'm not exactly near any servers. I'm in, South Poland. I think my nearest server is Germany, which is far enough away. So it's just a ball ache for me, and that's a me issue. If you live somewhere that's near a server, then you'd be probably completely fine. But for me, it's just a complete ball ache, and it has been since I moved here. My internet is like amazing. I got like 500, 600 megabyte download, whatever, upload, whatever else. It's just, I'm far away from the server. So that's what really frustrated me last year, and years prior to that, I just stopped playing. For me, what took me away from the game last year after a month was that I worked really hard on evolution. I think it was Anasaruri evolution. He had like 98 agility, 94 balance, like a really good card that should feel amazing on the ball. And in squad battles, he did feel amazing on the ball. And then when I played any game online, he just felt trash. And I honestly annoyed the life out of me. So I just stopped playing, because there's no point having a card that I can't actually use properly when I want to. And then of course there's Korean mode. Now I think for me this year, I think if I do get FIFA at some stage, I'm probably going to be playing Korean mode actually. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've not really been into Korean mode a lot for the last year or so, so I'm kind of interested in going into it again, especially with Burnley now being championship. I can probably do some sort of RTG kind of thing. I think I'm looking forward to that, to be fair. So yeah, career mode, that's something I'm looking forward to. If you're someone that's really into the academy, they've actually done a lot towards the academy. I think career mode, I think it's been a big W in terms of how much they've actually added to it, in terms of little additions that can keep you on your toes. Of course, there's like the social media things, which is a nice little thing to add, but when it comes to how much control you have in a team, and in terms of the academy to improving your squad development wise or facilities, there's actually a lot more in the game. So I feel like if you are someone that wants to get for career mode, from what I can see, I would absolutely recommend it. And that's me saying that, of course. Of course, packs and even worse store packs is still prevalent in the game, and they're already pushing at a day or two into the actual life cycle, which I find absolutely just remarkable how they're able to do it when in the first day. That's the thing which I hope EA can actually just kind of step back and not just give people everything within the first month of the game, because I don't like that. I feel like the cycle of progression is so steep, like so fast, that you've already reached a level of the game which is so insane within a couple of weeks, and that for me ruins the actual enjoyment of improving your team step by step, because I feel like you just rise up so fast, and so does everyone. I'm seeing people with an insane team already, and the game's not even been out yet completely. Never mind that, the game's been out for 2 days, and I'm seeing people with like a full-blown 500k BPL team on my timeline, and they barely even put much money in the game at all. So for me, I just find that crazy. So comment down below your thoughts. I will see you guys another time for another video. And if you do want to buy the game, get it. Because if your mates have it, you made money yourself. Are you going to cave in? You probably will. So, it's your choice, lads. See you boys next time.